What's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley here for an ML Sports Take at Rosie's Corner. Stop by for pizza wings today. On the sign I just saw, it's a pulled pork sandwich Wednesday. How about that? Come down and get that. They've got the hot and cold subs, amazing salads in the cooler. Hey, gift cards for dads and grads. Support local, eat local. Get on down here today. Try the Gold Fever wings, the Meatball Bomber. The menu is so good, you want to try it all here at Rosie's Corner. Route 11 in Burton, a part of the ML Sports Platter and a proud sponsor of it. All right, so the Detroit Tigers, I've been getting into them quite a bit here. I mean, you look at this team, and they were hot at the end of last year, and they've kind of carried the momentum from a playoff year into this year. And frankly, they're a lot of fun to watch. And one thing has happened for them, right? Like in sports, a lot of times you get guys who are just unreal prospects, right? Top picks, top 5, top 10 picks, number 1 picks, and they're just surefire things. You get Peyton Manning, you get Bryce Harper, you get Ken Griffey Jr., you get Joe Mauer, right? You get these top guys, and they're just off and running, and that's it, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame in 15, 20 years. Then you get guys who are picked like that, but they're busts, and then you have the ones in the middle who maybe it takes a little while to get going, especially in the sport of baseball where it's so hard to pitch and stay ahead of the curve and hit a baseball. Hitting a baseball is still probably the hardest thing to do in sports, and you're riding the minor league buses, and you can't handle the hype and expectation, or the spot that was there for you has now been taken away because you're slumping. Maybe you get traded, you find a new home, whatever the case may be, and then finally, like a few years later, you start to figure it out. You don't see it as much in the NFL, although we've seen some kind of renaissance things with Sam Darnold or Geno Smith and stuff, but those guys weren't Peyton Manning coming out. I mean, even Sam Darnold, as good as he wasn't as highly regarded as an Andrew Luck or a Peyton Manning or a Trevor Lawrence or, a Dan Marino, somebody like that. These Detroit Tigers, think about it. Riley Green, 5th overall pick 2019. Finally, 6 years later, here he is arriving. Year later, Spencer Torkelson, the number 1 pick in the draft, finally coming to fruition. 5 years later, and you've got that Dingler kid at catcher, who's in that group as well. How about Jackson Jobe in 2021, another top end pick, a pitcher? And when he came out, I remember everybody said, well, he's going to change the Tigers organization. He's the ace you need, but handle with care. Tommy John, analytics, limit the innings, blah, blah, blah. We've never had more strength and nutrition and coaching and everything else, right? Guys have never been bigger, stronger, faster with more nutrition, more health, more knowledge, and all the rest, but yet they're pitching less compared to, Tom Seaver, Bob Gibson without all that technology, but whatever. We all know what's going on in baseball, and the money's a big deal and all that, but we have more shoulder, more Tommy John because of the whip and the torque of the shoulder and the torque of the elbow and velocity. Well, guys always used to throw hard. What about Walter Johnson 100 years ago throwing hard? He never had Tommy John surgery. But, handle with care, do this, do that, the plan, how they wanted to handle Jackson Jobe. All of a sudden, here we are 4 years later, and this guy has turned into a bona fide number 2, could be an ace on about 18 different teams in the big leagues. You put him with Skubal at the top of the rotation, and here are the Detroit Tigers. A lot of these big-time picks coming together at the right time. You go look over at Baltimore, a season that might be over at Camden Yards. Wow, what a disaster. They fired the manager. What a mess over there in Baltimore. A lot of their picks, their top guys haven't come to fruition together. Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, those kind of guys, they need those guys. Jackson Holliday, they haven't come together. You stink for a long time. You pick high for a long time. What happens with those picks? Did you scout right? Did you pick right? Are they going to come to fruition? Are they big-time players? Are they going to be a Ken Griffey Jr. or Bryce Harper or whatever? We don't know about these Tiger guys, but boy, this is a lot better than it used to be for the Tigers. All their big top guys now, they're starting to come together, and that is, in my opinion, the number 1 reason why they're where they are. Top of the division. Obviously, it helps to play in a bad division, play in a bad league in the American League, so you have to take advantage of your competition there. The Yankees have been doing the same thing here for about a year and a half, 2 years as well. But the Tigers, I like to see it. They're a classic franchise, great uniform, awesome fan base. Motown Summer could be really fun this year. A lot of it having to do with the big guns who finally are there. The number 1 pick, a 5 overall pick, a 2nd-round pick in Dingler. You look at Jackson Jobe, a top pick. Those guys coming together. And, of course, a few smart moves here along the way in terms of Javi Baez. He's had a renaissance. The former Cub who won a World Series in 2016. The bullpen's overachieved. There's layers of it. It's not just one thing, and it never is in team sports, but these guys coming together as top-end picks, a number 1 for me. for so far a fun Detroit Tigers season. Mike Lindsley here. It's an ML Sports Take from Rosie's Corner. Stop on by for pizza, wings, and that pork sandwich, which I think I'm going to go dive into right now. It's all here. Pair it with a nice bag of chips, a deli sandwich, a Reuben for somebody as well to have lunch with. By the way, the pork goes really great with those awesome pickles here, the big pickles. So grab one of those, grab a bag of chips and a pork sandwich and a Pepsi. What a great lunch here at Rosie's Corner. Desserts are out as well. Gift cards available for dads and grads. It's all here at Rosie's Corner. Shop local, eat local, and support local families. It's the way to go. Rosie's Corner, Route 11 in Brewerton, a proud Platter supporter. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.